What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jay Spence the King, and this is the Chop Up. And y'all know how we do it. Normally, it's for the hard way out here, but today it's just gonna be Bonnie and Clyde. We got your boy Jay Spence, and we got your girl K Gun holding it down tonight for my man Steros for the girls, and my homegirl A Dubs, big dubs, because we had two big dubs, and we about to have another one tomorrow. What's up, K Gun? Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year. How are you?
I'm here. I'm here.
Come on.
It's New Year.
Did you do anything fun yesterday or?
No, I recovered yesterday. Yesterday was I haven't I haven't been I'm not COVID or I didn't have COVID, but I was under the weather like for real. So I was like it's kind of why I've been a little quiet just in general. I just been trying to get better. So yesterday I took the day to kind of just hydrate, lay there, and I'm planning on doing that as soon as we hop off this too. same plans for
I got
today.
a game I gotta hydrate for. So
You do have a good because the way we know how Buffalo parties for home games, and this is the last one, well, regular season, because I'm sure we're gonna have something going on in the playoffs. So, where are you tailgating at tomorrow?
we got the Jets too.
I thought the Jets was away.
No, I already went to the away Jets. So the next Jets game is at home.
Okay, see, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't live there no more. I'm just out here fake news, propaganda. Yo, shout out to Buff. My man Steve was on the show with Joe Miller, The Time to Shine, just a minute ago, and he's been calling me president, governor, like any type of like leadership position he could call me. He's been calling me that. Now he's saying Julius Caesar. shout out to Renaissance Man who's in the chat too. So let's get right into it. Well, first I asked you, where are you going to tailgate tomorrow? What's going on?
I think we're going back to the Mafia House again tomorrow.
Okay.
So partying with the Anthony Pancho's Army. It's Tay's birthday tomorrow, so we're gonna have some birthday cupcakes and stuff for her. And yeah, the squad is come on.
I'm gonna have to make sure tonight, because normally I leave y'all alone for the with the tailgating and all that stuff. I'm gonna have to video call one of you and make sure I get to tell Tay happy birthday. That's my homegirl. Tay funny.
Yeah,
Tay's funny.
She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to run through a line though, because it's supposed to like super snow tomorrow. It's raining out right now. It's supposed to turn to snow in like an hour, and then it's snowing right through to like 9 o'clock tomorrow, I think I saw. So like you might have to run through some of us, because you're gonna have to try and catch somebody that has their phone in their hand or like doesn't have gloves on. And I'll tell you, it's not gonna be me.
but let me ask you, because this is a real question. You love me, right? We're friends. You love me.
Yeah, I love you.
And I feel like you do. You tell me that, and I tell you that, and I believe you.
Yeah.
Why would you ever try to encourage me to move back there with that? Like, you're talking about this snow. Like, what is going on?
Listen, different strokes for different folks, right? Like, I like the snow. I like it. I'm one of the rare, even though I won't lie, when I went down to Florida last week for Christmas, I was sitting next to the pool in like 80 degrees on Christmas Day, and I was kind of like, this is kind of nice,
I'm like, good grief. Like, every time I talk to somebody at home now, it's like, oh, it's raining today. Oh, I know you had a stretch there where it was like the 60s, like, and it was just weird for December. But then like once it's starting to hit, now it's starting to hit. And I'm just like, I know Joe loves me. I know Kristen loves me. I know Ange loves me, but they keep encouraging me to just do something that they know just isn't. Anyway, moving on.
We just want you to come home. That's all.
My man Joe says bring Spitz home.
So. Listen, we're going to gang up on you enough that you'll eventually do it. I just have to say.
Listen, y'all got me for the home opener every year, I promise. And then there's obviously other sprinkled visits in. Like this year, I feel like I was home a lot this year.
Yeah, you were. Listen, what about this? What if you moved home and during tailgates, we'll get you one of those little plastic bubbles, like, that they do for like outdoor dining, and we'll just stick like a heater in it, and you can just sit in there all on your lonesome, but we'll make it a clear one so we can walk by and wave at you and stuff. There's solutions.
I mean, so, well, if that's gonna be the case, then I'm gonna have to buy 2 seats at the opener at the stadium, because I'm gonna need to have space for my bubble. I'm not leaving the bubble. Because it's the bill, even with the new stadium, the Bills are refusing to put a roof. Like, why are we so anti-roof in Buffalo? Like, let's just build a dome.
I mean, we've had this conversation, and I'm back to being on the fence only because Josh Allen refused to admit whether he'd like a dome or not, so which I think that means that he would. I like sitting in snow games. I don't know. I've done it since I was a kid. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of comments saying that that's whack. It's fine. I like it. The
Okay,
the
Gunner.
the snow game against the Colts will be to the day that I die my favorite game that I ever sat in ever. It was wild. It was wild.
Let me
I made it
okay.
fun.
So I hear you. I hear you, and I understand why a lot of you enjoy it. Anthony from Poncho's Army loves it. He loves to hunt and all that stuff. But
Mhm.
here's the reason why I'm a little disappointed in your answer just then, because like I talked to you after like a day and a half, 2 days after the game when I was actually in town for it, but I didn't go. The first Patriots game where the wind and all that stuff. Your face got like windburned. Like it was like frozen for 2 days, and you're still gonna sit here and say you
Sure, those are
prefer.
battle scars. I am
Oh
proud of
Lord,
those. Those are
good
battle
Lord.
scars. But
Yeah,
I
well,
also will notice you haven't talked about how tan my face is from sitting in Florida.
we was gonna get there because I was gonna talk about our New Year's and Christmas trips and stuff. But so I'll get there. I'll get there. But I'm just saying I'm a little disappointed in the whole you're on the fence thing. I thought you would be. I really thought you would be in the camp of a dome real quick. My man Jason Taylor says, Spence, you can't miss winters, can you? Hell no. Like, let me just reiterate. Hell no. Like capital H, capital E, and two capital L's. Like, hell no. No, no, no. No. And Celeste talking about snow games
Mhm.
versus is
Yeah.
better than rain. Or okay. And I tell you what, you're right. You know what's better than all of those games? Clear weather. That's what's better. Like when you're sitting there and you don't have to deal with any of it. But whatever. Look, so we just we ended our season series with the New England Patriots. They got us the first game in Buffalo or in Orchard Park. We got them and the second game. First, before I get into any of it, what are your closing thoughts now that it's over with? We don't have to see them anymore unless we see them in the playoffs. Where do you stand with the Patriots right now?
Same place as last week. I'm still always going to hate the Patriots. I hate the Patriots. I hate Bill Belichick. I hate their fans. I hate them all. I'm glad that we won that game. And I'm glad that we kind of stopped all of them in their tracks, saying that, there's a lot of people out there that were still going off the fact that, like, we lost that game and they won. And the taking the weather out of that entire scenario and letting us prove who we are as a football team was one of the strongest things that I think we did this entire season. And it's not just because it was against specifically the Patriots. Had that game been against any one of our other division rivals, I would have still felt the same way. If we would have
Hmm.
lost the first one, then came back and proven ourselves in the second one, I love that for us.
Well, I
Why?
think I hate them. Like that's just straight out. I hate them. Real quick, I want to pause and shout out Anthony. He said, or Andrew. I'm sorry. Good grief, Andrew. He says his daughter is sick, so he wanted to stop by and say, "Hey, go Bills! Hey, man, praying for your daughter, praying for you. I hope everybody is safe and well. Go Bills, man. Enjoy the game tomorrow. It should be a dub. It should be a dub. But as far as me, when it comes to these Patriots, I can't stand them.
Mhm.
But it's for different reasons now. So like it's going to sound weird to even say, but like my favorite Patriot, the guy I like the most is Matt Judon. And then like we see him with some cheap shots, kind of like tripping Josh and
I was going to say,
just
wasn't he the tripper? He was the tripper.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
also
but
saw in a screenshot somewhere that he didn't deny that he did that. Somebody called him a
no,
scumbag and he thanked him for it.
yeah, he was like, "Thanks, dude," or whatever, however he worded it in the thing. But so
Right.
for me, I've been liking Matthew Judon before he was a Patriot. Like I've liked him
Mhm.
for a while now, and I wanted him to be a Buffalo Bill over this past off season. Goes in New England, and I still, how I am. Like I like the guys that I like. When I'm a fan, I stick with you. Cam was there, and I went. I have two Cam Newton Patriots jerseys. I don't have a Judon jersey, but like I'm that's how I am. I got an OBJ jersey. I got whoever. He just disappointed me so much, and then so from that perspective, you still see like. Yeah, new Tom Brady's not there. You don't have like the old guys from yesteryear. You don't have Gronk down there like nose diving or putting an elbow to the back of Trey White's head anymore. But it's like same old Patriots. It's still the same little dumb stuff that they do, the little tricks that they try to get over on the refs, and it's the same stuff. So I can't stand them for that stuff. But I'm not. I feel like I'm in a different place than most of our fan base. There's still a feeling that it's like a rivalry or like you know, there's reason to be nervous about them to some extent. I'm not nervous about the Patriots at all. Like, and I don't even care about whatever growth their quarterback might experience. I'm really at the point where I'm just like, no, we're better. We have the best quarterback in the division. We probably, depending on who you talk to and just depending on what criteria you're using, we have a top 3 quarterback in the league. So I'm damn sure not worried about any of the quarterbacks in our division. So to me, the best quarterback typically wins their division. I'm not worried. How when you talk about Mac Jones now, when you talk about just for the foreseeable future, Josh, Mac Jones, and then the other 2 guys, I don't even know how it's going to be for Miami and the Jets coming up. But as far as that, where are you at when it comes to the quarterback rankings and stuff like that?
Mac Jones who? Mac Jones who? I'm not Mac Jones does not scare me at all. That
Yeah.
I will completely agree with you. I'm not afraid of him at all. And especially after what we saw last week, just kind of a follow-up to the first week with the bad weather game. There, even with good weather for him, there was nothing there. And I think it was really telling for him. I'm not no fear in him.
I don't understand where the fear comes from, because then you watch national TV, like you watch all the other whatever shows, and they're like, Mac Jones is the man, Mac Jones is this. And then even every Monday or Tuesday, depending on when the game is, I always do like my victory Monday, or even if it's a loss, I do my thoughts. And one of the thoughts that I had on there, I was just talking about how, like, no, you know what, it wasn't even part of the thought, it was a completely separate conversation where I was just saying, like, the thing that I enjoy about this is that Patriots fans now have to admit, or even if they don't want to admit it, like, they're realizing that we have the best quarterback and they're not going to beat us for a long time. They might get a game, they might do, but they're not going to be better than us for a long time. And in my comments, you got people like, well, Mac Jones had a better rookie year than Josh rookie year, so he's going to be better. And I don't understand why people seem to think that Josh's trajectory for his career is going to be the same for every other rookie in the world. But Mac Jones and Josh Allen are 2 completely different type of prospects. So I'm just not scared of them. I don't think that I don't care how much you work out, his arm strength, you can get stronger as a person, but the arm strength when you throw the ball, it just doesn't really increase that dramatically to where you're going to be like, oh, he has a cannon like Josh. Because if so, don't you think that Chad Pennington back in the day would have learned how to throw with a stronger arm? Don't you think that Nathan Peterman would have said, you know what, I'm not getting kicked out this league for throwing 5 interceptions and a half. I'm going to figure out how to get the ball out to the, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But this is a good segue to where I wanted to go. This week with all those conversations, Patriots fans and Bills fans have been like more than normal at each other. Like, I've even seen, like, they were coming at my man Matt, Matt and Ryan, both of them. They were in their comments. They were coming at Sal. Like, people were coming at. I'm in on my mute thing though. Like, I've been muting and blocking like with ease. It ain't even been a thought. But have you been experiencing any of the negativity from the Patriots fans?
I think that my filter game has also gotten really good. So I didn't see much on the timeline. I did, however, end up with quite a few of them in my DMs, which was kind of fun because I really didn't say anything super awful on the timeline, and so you could tell that they were just scraping for something. They were scraping.
They go down. They go down in the DM.
Yeah, I had one in my DMs yelling about how our language. Dog trash poverty franchise. So as soon as we won that game, I actually put that one. That's the first time I've really gotten petty.
Okay. I saw that one. Yeah, no, I saw that one.
I've ever really gotten petty with like an opposing fan base, and I was like, you know what? You're right. How's my poverty franchise doing, pal? With that big dub?
See, I'm all good with the trash talking, like just like the regular. Oh, we beat you, or we better. The thing that's getting me is like these people just like don't know how to quit, and it's like they're taking it way further. But
make it personal with it too. Like they'll go with that, and then they'll like throw in like a personal slam at the end, and I'm like, that's okay.
But then the even funnier thing for me about these Patriots fans. So like, did you hear like all the reaction radio? So like when fans were calling into the radio stations out there in Boston or the New England area?
No, I didn't catch it. Well, I heard a little bit of it. I think I caught like a blip on the timeline.
Oh my God. Like there was one that was extremely funny.
That was having a meltdown, and I did
yeah. You know what? I wish I could find it. I'm gonna pull that up while we're talking. He's like, he has a rag arm. He
Yeah,
can't throw the
yeah, I
ball
heard
all
that.
over the yard. Like it was the best. It was just he had a rag arm, and I just loved every bit of it. And but the thing is, it's like Patriots fans, when they're not talking to us, they're realistic about it. They know
Mhm.
Mac Jones is not Josh. Like they know it.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Chris Janke. He's in the comments said, "What's up, Jay Spence and Kristen Kemick?" He put your whole government out there though. He ain't even want to go with the K gun. He
Uh-huh.
did. T Dove says, "I'm more concerned about the Jets quarterback. He has an arm like Josh. Good thing that the Jets organization is dysfunctional." Uh, I don't know if I'll go as far as to say he has an arm like Josh, but I do think he's the better prospect out the two. I just think that Mac Jones is in a far better situation. The Patriots were able to spend, 140 mil in free agency last year, so they got, I just think he's in a far better situation. How do you feel about that comment? Because we actually face them next week, so the Jets is a good conversation to kind of have.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Jets were so down at the bottom of the list. Honestly, I didn't pay too much attention to them this year because they were never anybody that I felt was going to be a threat. The Titans might feel otherwise, but I still think that we're pretty solid on them and we've got them figured out. Um, I mean, I guess in our division, the biggest threat to me, weirdly, I think, is Miami. I'm more
Hmm,
scared of Miami than I am Boston, and I'm more scared of Boston than I am the Jets.
really?
Hmm.
So why are you scared of Miami?
Because I think they've got the pieces there, and they just need to really figure it out. To be honest, I mean, they got hit with a lot of injuries this year. They got hit with a lot of that COVID sickness. There was a lot of times that we just didn't see them, but like they've had a pretty good streak coming. They've had some good wins, and I've seen some good stuff coming out of them. And I've had to hear about it every week because my boss is a Finns fan. So I feel like I may be a little bit more up to date on them as well.
Well, so with the Fins for me, I think just like with any team, I feel like every team only goes as far as your quarterback will take you, and I just don't believe in Tua yet. Now, I think that
Do you
he
think
has
it's better
intangibles.
than Mac Jones?
Do I think Tua is better than Mac Jones?
Hmm.
No, I think Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is better than Tua,
Okay.
and that's even like now Tua is technically in his second year. If I had to pick between the two, I'm taking Mac Jones over Tua. Um, And I don't know. It still could be the fact that Tua hasn't really, he hasn't been healthy. His first year he came in recovering from that hip injury, and then this season we thought we were going to see a extremely healthy version of him, and then he got a chance to go up against the Buffalo Bills, and they wrecked him in week 2.
And he brought
So
his thumb.
yeah,
He's
so
a
I
thumb.
just
They took him out for like 3 weeks, I think.
yeah, and I and there's folks in the comment. Joe agrees as far as Tua just not being, or I hope that's what they're agreeing to. Um, My man Steve says Tua is a hit away from retirement. I agree. I think he's fragile. I think he's as much as I would like to see him succeed. I don't want to wish injury on anybody, and I don't want to wish anybody to be out the league. But
Mhm.
that quarterback situation there now. I know there was all that talk about Deshaun Watson, and now there's some talk with like the way things are going out in Seattle. They're talking about maybe Russell Wilson being New York or there. Now, if Russell Wilson's in Miami, I'm worried. I'm worried. Not because I think he's better than Josh at this point. I think I'll take Josh over anybody in the league at this point. Yes, even still, any quarterback you want to have, I'm taking Josh over him. But you put Russell Wilson down there with Waddle, with Parker, like those Gasecki. He has some weapons down there that I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want him to face in my division twice with Russell Wilson throwing him that ball.
That's
So
fair.
But so I was looking for that video and I couldn't find it, so I'll just move on from it. I'm sure everybody has heard it, but the guy like with the rag arm and he throwing all across the yard, like first of all, the way it's amazing. People always tell me I have an accent, and I'm like, look, people from Buffalo, we're regular, okay, we're normal. All of you have accents. The people in Boston for sure have accents, and they're heavy. They're super heavy. I wish I could find this clip because it was the funniest thing. It was just the funniest thing. But we can move on. So tomorrow. And then, so for everybody listening to this in podcast form today, we have the Atlanta Falcons coming into Buffalo. Um, are you nervous? How do you feel about this game? Because I feel like it's like the perfect trap game opportunity.
Yeah. I'm nervous going into every game just because, I always keep it in my mind that it's any given Sunday, right? Like We lost to the Jags. Like, we could lose to Atlanta, but I don't think that we will, but I'm not gonna rule it out.
Mhm.
But I do think I know last week I think I said that I thought that the Patriots game was gonna be pretty close, and it was. This one I don't think is going to be as close. One of us is gonna blow out the other, and I'm thinking I mean, I know it's gonna be the Buffalo Bills. Actually, I don't wanna say I know. I don't wanna jinx. I'm superstitious. I didn't say that. I take that back.
Well, I'ma jinx it. We can tap that ass. I'm going with we tapping that ass. I ain't even I'm not even going I'm not gonna fake it. Real quick, because I know we're gonna keep moving forward and I don't wanna I wanna acknowledge most of the questions when they come in. Brandon wants to know that Russ Wilson has weapons now. What makes Miami different when I'm saying because I just mentioned that I was kind of that would make me nervous. The thing is they do have weapons out there. They do have DK Metcalf and they have Ty Lockett and they have the difference is when you're talking about Miami, Waddle is a beast. Offense, they have the same caliber to me. Like they have the same type of weapons. They have a very good defense down there in Miami. I know because there are division rivals. We don't like to give props sometimes. It's a more complete team in Miami than what's out there in Seattle. And I'm gonna tell you what, I know he hasn't been coaching as long. I will 100% say that they have a better coach in Miami than they do in Seattle. Sue me, shoot me, whatever. I don't think Pete Carroll's a good coach. I think he needs to be out of the NFL sooner than later. That's my, or at least as a head coach. That's just my opinion.
Mhm.
Oh, and real quick, shout out to my man Joe Miller. Joe just held me down because he's in the chat and he knows that I was looking for that thing. So real quick, I want to share this. I want to share this.
Oh, he found it?
Yeah, he sent it
Oh,
to me
nice.
because he knows, Joe be looking out. That's my man.
Patriots need a new what? Are you serious with this? You think the Patriots need a new what?
Listen, the Patriots, the rookie wall, there's no such thing as a rookie wall with this kid. He's got a rag arm. He couldn't throw in that windstorm. The other guys threw the ball all over the park. And then yesterday proved it. Receivers, no receivers. Skill players, no skill receivers. The kid playing quarterback ain't our future. The future of the NFL is over in Buffalo.
Damn
that
right.
guy, 6'4", 230, runs right by you, throws it 90 yards. And the other thing I want to say is Belichick hasn't won butt kiss without Tom Brady. So to be overinflated on this Bill Belichick, great defense, let's run the ball. Yeah, Bill Parcells did that back in the 80s. So is that where we're going here with this team? Come on, it's over. AFC goes through Buffalo for 20 years, not us. It's over.
Wow, Bobby, bringing the high heat.
The things we've been waiting to
Wow.
hear for 20 years.
And I just love, and I know like we kind of already moved on from the Patriots, but when Joe sent me that clip, I had to play it because like it's just like I hate the Patriots and their fans so much that every chance I get to just rub it in,
Dude,
I got to do it.
Like, remember ringback tones? I want to make that my ringback tone. Everybody that calls me, just here's the rag arm.
I would just love, I think I'm gonna make that like the intro to shows. Like I'm gonna just start like every time we play the Patriots, I'm gonna play this clip as the intro. Forget the music, forget all of that. It's gonna be he got a rag arm, the other kid threw it across the park. Like I love every bit of it. I love every bit of it. Stay
amazing.
classy, Boston. Stay
amazing.
classy. So, but and one more thing about the Patriots. Shout out to my man Pat Lane from the Pat's Pulpit. It's like our sister station over there. That represents SB Nation the same way Buffalo Rumblings does here in Buffalo. Pat and I had a bet that if the Bills won the game, he had to change his profile picture or vice versa. We won. He has a picture of Josh Allen with his cantaloupes hitting up there. So I appreciate him for being a man of his word. Appreciate that.
I love that that's what you chose for him.
Oh, I had to. Like no. And I don't know if you paid attention to it. I actually had my guy do some work on it too. He has like the chop up hat on.
Uh-huh.
He has a chop up hat and the stay positive, test negative shirt. So yeah. So okay. So now back to this game. And actually, that's a good time. It's a good segue. We got a super chat in here from my man Tim. He said, "What are the threats to Buffalo tomorrow? Do you have any? And I know we didn't prepare in this way, so I don't want to put you on a spot here. Do you have any kind of knowledge of the Atlanta Falcons or kind of what you're worried about when it comes to who they are as a team?"
No, that's actually kind of like my research that I'm doing after I get off this.
Okay.
So
for me,
their highlights and stuff, and see what we got for tomorrow.
For me, the only concern, the area of concern that I have, because they have some weapons on offense. Obviously, they have Cordell Patterson, who's having the best career of his, or the best year of his career. Then you have the rookie Kyle Pitts, who is on pace. Like, he actually might break the receiving record for rookies for tight ends, but he only has 1 touchdown. They have a couple weapons there that you can kind of be worried about. But to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Our defense is very good at defending the pass. Cordell Patterson, I think if you kind of contain him, you stop him and don't let him be like the all-around, all Madden player that he's been at certain points of this year, I think we'll be fine and it'll be a blowout. It's not even going to be close. Defensively, I don't think that they can hang with our offense, and I don't think that their offense can hang with our defense. I'm still on my Poyer for All Pro. We riot. We still gonna be out there counting bodies with my man Tremaine. Because last week against the Patriots, I was quiet all week because I wasn't feeling good. But I'm gonna just tell y'all, the disrespect has to stop with my man Tremaine. The disrespect has to stop with my man Tremaine. Y'all talking about he didn't have a good game. There's reasons you don't get credit for like freeing up a guy to get a sack. But he did it. You don't get credit for, being so long that the guy has to throw around you. So then it becomes an incomplete pass or just an inaccurate pass. But that's what Tremaine was doing. The disrespect has to stop. It has to stop. Sorry. Yeah, you know how I get. I go on my squirrel moments when it comes to Tremaine. Y'all gotta relax. Y'all really gotta relax.
Where's the sign? Is it on you? Also, what is behind you right now? Is that a new graphic? There it is.
We love you, Tremaine. And y'all already know how we do it over here. We gonna hold Tremaine down because that's my dude. And I don't care. Y'all could look, I've been getting dragged about this all season. I'm gonna keep getting dragged about it because I could care less. If y'all don't love Tremaine, I need y'all to figure this out. You know what? I'm gonna take a second. I'm about tired of when y'all decide that y'all don't like somebody. And yeah, I'm saying y'all, not the whole fan base, but there's a portion of the fan base. Y'all decide y'all don't like somebody and y'all want to be mean and run these guys out of town just like y'all did other guys. Y'all not doing it with Tremaine. Not on Jay Spencer King's watch. Nope. No, I love you, Tremaine. I'm just saying. Sorry. Okay, we got Triggs. Triggs in the building. I'm good. Awusa. Falcons defense is trash. It's always been trash. I agree with you. We got another super chat from JR. I don't get the Edmonds take. Thank you, man. He's literally all over the field, and we would have begged for his play the last 20 years. And that's the thing. When I ask this question on other shows that I go on, or when I talk to other content creators, it's like, okay, if you're gonna get rid of Tremaine Edmonds, tell me who you're gonna sign that will perform better. So who you going to draft or who you going to sign that's available that's better than Tremaine Edmonds right now? And it's crickets. It's complete crickets. And I'm tired of the disrespect. Tired of it. Puff Hub said I made him grab his 4th beer. Grab a 5th one for me, my dude. Grab one for me.
I just had to pour more wine, actually. So
yeah, go ahead. You take another. You get another glass of wine because I don't understand it though. For real. I mean, I joke about it, and I know I sometimes I come across comical with it, but it's super frustrating because as a fan base, I feel like we've gone so many years without having the team that we deserved as a fan base. And now I feel like for the last 2+ years, really, but specifically the last 2 years, we have the teams that we deserve. We have the top-ranked defense this year, and Tremaine Edmonds is the captain of that top-ranked defense. And there's things that he does that we have expectations of him to do that just aren't fair. Like the reason why I get that he doesn't have like the Brian Urlacher boom explosion plays every single play. He doesn't have the Ray Lewis, first of all, the league don't even play like that no more. Like you can't even hit guys the way that Ray Lewis hitting guys like that all the time. But I just really don't understand. It's like how often are we gonna like run these guys away? Because now I tell you what, I saw a good portion of the fan base who ran Stephon Gilmore away, and then towards the end of his time with the Patriots, when it seemed like he might be available, those same fans were on Twitter and on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, we want him back. Could you imagine him aside from the opposite side of the train? Yeah, you know what? I could have imagined that. But guess what? It didn't happen because you ran him out of here. So
to be fair, he ran his mouth a little bit.
You know why he didn't? You know why he ran his mouth and didn't want to be there? Because people didn't want him there.
Because he couldn't get on TV in front of his family.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm gonna be giving my all and I'm gonna be repping this town and I'm gonna be doing all this stuff, and then people dog me, and then I still don't get on TV, no, I'm not gonna want to be there. You want to be the fan base needs to continue to be the fan base that like all the other like the good stories happen. So like when LaShawn McCoy came, he didn't want to come to Buffalo, and then he fell in love with Buffalo because of the fan base. Why can't we just be this fan base for our guys? When they play bad, I get it. Be critical. I talk about it all the time. Like I talk about guys when they don't play well, but come on, you can't like sit, the way they talk about Deion. Come on. And I know you know.
I love Deion, man. I won't stand for
that. But it's like he's not even playing horribly. Really, there's a few moments.
He had like that triple man play last week.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like but then because he has a holding penalty here or there, or because of whatever, like then it's like all year people are dogging him like he's just not good. And it's like, wait a minute, this guy is like actually really good at his position and he does a lot for Josh. So again, I'm not about to sit back and not use my platform and my voice to speak up for guys. Deion deserves love, period. People want to talk about Star. He was going through something personal, so he didn't play last week. Guess what? I'm not going to sit here and be quiet while everybody's saying, get Star off my team. On the Bills stat, on the Buffalo Bills stat, you have fans of our team. I don't get it. I'm sorry. This rant wasn't supposed to happen. This was not planned. Trick said Bills move Edmonds from outside linebacker to middle linebacker because he has the IQ to handle that position. He is the one calling the plays for the defense on the field. I don't even remember him being an outside linebacker. I feel like we drafted him to play middle, and he's been playing middle. And I know he took over those responsibilities from Lorenzo Alexander. And Lorenzo Alexander will be the first one to tell you that anybody who's looking at Tremaine Edmonds and saying that this guy isn't doing his job or this guy isn't a top linebacker in the league. No, he might not be Micah Parsons. That kid's different. Just like Josh Allen's different. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy to draft a Micah Parsons. It's not. But guess what? It's not easy to just draft a Josh. If everybody could do it, the whole league would be full of all of these guys. Tremaine Edmonds is somebody you want on your team. He has the intangibles. He has the physicality, things that he has everything put together. He has the mental. And no, I'm not going to give the excuse. He's only 23. I don't care about his age. I want Tremaine Edmonds on my team. I want Matt Milano on my team. I want Levi Wallace on my team. Give my man Levi Wallace an extent. You know what? This is not the way this was supposed to go. Let me go back to the script here.
You're very yelly tonight.
I'm in my feelings.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I know.
Something fun. Let's talk about something fun.
Yeah. Wait, can we do one more rant really quick?
Sure. I'm down for the rants.
Steve Tasker not being nominated. Yep. Thank you. I am so angry. And don't get me wrong, everybody who did get nominated deserved to be there, but Steve did not deserve to not be there. I don't understand why that man literally defined special teams and changed the way that this game is played, and he still is not there, and I am pissed with a capital P. Capital P.
I don't understand it. But I don't understand it for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason I don't understand it, I saw last week there was an actual number that was tweeted out that said that Steve Tasker broke the record for fan votes.
So fan votes must not matter.
So this is why I'm confused. It's not even so for me. It's like, okay, say somebody made a comeback, right? Mm-hmm. You're not gonna make me believe that all 10 or 15 of those finalists made comebacks over. You're just not going to make me believe it. Like you can't be leading in 5 days and then absolutely be in the last place. So, and then if we're going to talk about, I have all respect for Devin Hester. I have all respect for a lot of these guys, but when you're talking about special teams first, again, I'm going to go back to the fan perception. A lot of times the fan perception has to go with, well, Devin Hester was the best return man of all time. I'm not taking that away from him.
Right.
But when you're talking about best special teams player of all time, then you gotta, you know what I mean? Like it's completely different than saying somebody was the best at their position. Steve Tasker was the best on special teams, like not just gunner, not just like he was and it's insane that we've gone all of these years, and you have the guys who, you got Jim Kelly, you got Bruce and Thurman and Andre, you got the guys that absolutely deserve to be in the Hall of Fame there. But Steve Tasker is a big part of the reason why we made 4 Super Bowls in a row. He's a big part of that. And my man JR says it, and I agree 100%. Tasker made Hester possible. Without Steve Tasker, you wouldn't have a Devin Hester. You wouldn't have, hell, I'm even go as far as saying because I used to love Deion Sanders in the return game. And I used to there's a lot of guys that I can think back to. I'm like, oh man, I love him in special teams. That we got guys on our team now who wouldn't play the way they play without looking at Steve Tasker. Tyler, and I'm always butcher his name. I'm sorry, Tyler. Tyler Matakevich. That's it.
There you go.
One of those 3. He wouldn't be as much of a beast as he is without the influence of Steve Tasker. You look at Saron Neal. You look at, and my guy, I always go hard for him. My man Jones, Tywan Jones. These guys wouldn't be the guys they are because they wouldn't have film to study and watch from Steve Tasker. This guy is like all-time great. And I forget, take away the fact that he was a Buffalo Bill player. Take that away. Forget the team he played for. The dude was phenomenal. Phenomenal in every in every way you can describe a special teams player. Steve Tasker did it. He did that shit. Now I don't want to hear it no more. And I feel like, and I can't confirm this, so I'm not going to say it with certainty, but I feel like now going forward, he can't be considered going forward for the Hall of Fame. Like this was the last year or something I read.
So I think it meant that he can't get into like the modern era. There's like a secondary, like second level that you can get in, like a senior committee has to vote you in, but it's like way harder to get in that way. I got to read into it a little bit more, but that's what I picked up on.
Charles G in the comments says, is Matthew Slater a Hall of Famer? In my opinion, Matthew Slater is a Hall of Famer. However, it should be after the guy the originator. to me, Tasker is the originator. You can't put the clones in, before you just can't. I don't. What were we supposed to be talking about, Kristen? You got me.
I don't know. I derailed it, and then I topped up my wine because it pissed me off. I pissed myself off.
That's what it was. So moving on to something fun, because you're gonna have me mad. I'm gonna take it out on all my.
Let's shift the energy.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's shift it. So Cordell Patterson, we're playing up against him. Like I said, he's having the best year of his career so far.
I hope he's 6 pounds heavier tomorrow.
Well, speaking of that, Stefon Diggs sent him an amazing amount of wings, and first, there's a couple things about that. I love that for one, because it shows that these guys can still be friends and everything like that. But I feel like this is like little bit early recruiting. I'm not sure if you see it that same way, but that's how I feel. How do you feel about this gesture that we saw from Stefon Diggs and between him and Cordell Patterson?
I'm so glad that you said that. I am so glad that you said that because I felt the same thing. I watched this video and I was like, that's right, Cordell. Get used to our chicken wings. Except for what is that up with that man that's stabbing it with a fork? Like,
well,
nobody's talking about this.
But here's the thing. They're not
is he just doing it out of the container?
I feel like he was just picking it out. There's a few of them. It's COVID regulations. They gotta fix. Because I'm not gonna go.
It looks weird. Get those men some tongs. Like, let's do it proper. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to diss him because I want him to come here next year. So I don't want to diss him. But hey, when you get here, you eat those with your hands, Devin. Devin, good grief. You eat those with your hands, Cordero. You got to get to them with your hands. But no, I'm gonna tell you, it's so I love Stefon Diggs.
I do too.
I love Stefon Diggs, and I think I know Stevie Johnson. So Stevie Johnson is my all-time favorite Buffalo Bills player, personally. And he had his ways of recruiting, and he had his ways of making the team fun and like cool. Like he was the dude that when he was here, like kind of made the team feel youthful. Stefon Diggs is a whole different level of that. He's a superstar, and I absolutely love what we have with Stefon Diggs. What do you think? How would you feel about this little recruitment? You feel like next year Cordell Patterson could be an improvement to the team?
Yeah, I think he would be a great addition. I love that. I think that Stefon needs to keep working his magic. Like, let him do it.
I feel like he need to work his magic on some of these defensive ends or something like that too. Like, I don't want Jerry to go anywhere. So me saying this isn't saying get rid of Jerry, but I feel like Jerry's career is obviously coming to an end. I don't know if it's this year, next year, or whatever, but it's coming. We got to get some of these guys that these superstar guys. So I need Steph to kick that up in overtime. We got one more super chat from my man Triggs. Jay is all in his feelings tonight, bro. You want a hug? Listen, man. I do this for my squad, man. I do this for my squad. I put on it. So just so you know, if you family of mine, when you're not around and somebody talking about you, I'm gonna hold you down the same way. So that's how we do for family. That's how we do for family. So, but no, I'm looking forward to it. So look, this episode was fun. It wasn't meant to be like the full end. Joe did that an hour ago, but I do kind of want some of your input and your insight on tomorrow. What do you think the game's going to go like? How do you think the scoring is going to be?
I don't think we're gonna blow them out. Like I don't think we're gonna throw a dub on that. But I think we're gonna throw a big dub on it. But I don't think we're gonna throw a goose egg on them. I'm gonna say that I think we're gonna go like 35-14 Bills. And as always, I still am standing firm that I think Josh is gonna run in a touchdown this week. Every week I say it, but every week I expect it to happen. So that's where I'm at for tomorrow.
I'm going with a Poyer interception.
Ooh,
that's where I'm going.
I'll get behind that.
Yeah, I'm going with a Poyer interception. Yeah, I think with the season ending down like this, I think they're gonna really try hard to make their point and to make their case for like, look, y'all snubbed us for this All-Star, this Pro Bowl. You can't do it for All Pro. Like you just can't do it. Yeah, Justin in the comments said, did Spence already give McKenzie his props? Listen, I give McKenzie props weekly. I know sometimes it didn't sound like it. I'm sorry.
I was just saying he's right. We didn't even talk about McKenzie today.
We can do that. Let's talk about Lil Dirty. Because I love Lil Dirty. And I know a lot of times it comes across where it seems like I don't, because we were talking about like with him on special teams. I wasn't thrilled. I wasn't happy with him with special teams. But no, in the offense, 100%. I've been saying since the end of last season, there's no way you don't keep Isaiah McKenzie as a big part of the offense. He's a key to our not special teams. He's a key to our red zone success. He's a key to our 4th and short and 3rd and short conversions. And you saw it against the best defense in the league last week. How do you feel about Isaiah McKenzie's performance? He had a great day. He was our best wide receiver.
He had an amazing day. I mean, he stepped up, especially when you consider that he got, excuse me, they benched him. You know what I mean? He was out a couple games ago, and not by, not illness, not injury. He was just out. And so I think for him to come back and stand up and carry the team the way that he did last week, that was huge. That shows like the type of teammate that he is. Not only, the type of player that he is, but that's a teammate, man. For somebody to not come out and, to be able to brush the salt off and just go out there and do their job. He did a hell of a game.
Well, he talked about it on his podcast too. He and Ty Dunn have a show together and kind of just talked about like after being benched, how his mentality had to like basically he had moments where he stepped away, he went in the bathroom and just kind of took his time and whatever. But then when he was out there, he tried to make it seem like nothing was different. He tried to just push through it. He tried to work through it, and it paid off. It paid off. And the thing again, this was another thing that I feel like I'm not understanding what Sean McDermott or what Brian Daboll wasn't seeing from him for the rest of the year. But look, I don't care. I don't care. Like you draft a guy for punt and kick returns, and then you don't use him for most of. I know that there was injury with Stevenson, but you don't use him for most of the season. But then the thing that he was absolutely dangerous with, and I'm talking about McKenzie again. Last season, we have a whole season worth of film of how dangerous he was on the field, on offense, and we didn't use him in that capacity this year until this last game. And I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I have no clue.
He was incredible. And to remember that man wanted to just play for us for candy. We'll send you the whole Hershey factory, buddy.
Well, hell, I hope he want to do that next year because I tell you what, he's I love Cole Beasley. I love Emmanuel Sanders. And really, I love our team. I love our team in general, but we have to get younger at the wide receiver position at some point. Like, there's a pretty good source that is kind of going around that Emmanuel Sanders is pretty much going to retire whether we win a Super Bowl or not. So that's a position we're going to have to replace. I'm not big on bringing John Brown back. He didn't stick on teams practice squads this year. Like, he was on like 3 different practice squads. Not saying I don't love him and I don't appreciate what he did, but I don't want to bring him back. Beasley, again, he's had moments this year where he's come up big for us, but he's just not the same Beasley to me that I've seen from him the first couple of years that we had him. But he's getting older, so it's not an indictment against him. It's not like, oh, he sucks, get him out of here. It's okay, Beasley's getting older. Let's draft or sign somebody to sit with him for a year and learn from him so we can replace him. But we have to get younger at receiver. We just absolutely have to. Gabriel Davis, it seems like he's getting better as the season goes on. Like, every single game, he's doing something more and more amazing. How do you feel about Gabe?
I love Gabe, man. I love him. I think he's going to be a big part of our team going forward. I think we just need to feed him more, honestly. And I think that's tough this season because we are so strong in that position. But I think I would, and I hate to say it, this breaks my heart to even say it, I love Manny Sanders. I'm a Manny Sanders stan. I would like to see more Gabe. I would like to see more of him.
I love everybody. So, my thing is, I want to see the team. I want to see the team get back into the place where we're just on it, like where everything is starting to, and that's how I feel like the last 10 quarters are. So, like, the second half from the Bucks game and then the last 2 games in full, I feel like the offense and the defense are just clicking. All in all, we're clicking. And I just want to see it like that. So when everybody is eating, everybody got their, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it all. But I absolutely need to see Lil Dirty be on that offense. Absolutely. Let's see. Shout out to my girl Dawn. She just joined. She said she's late. What did she miss? And everybody getting on me. Spence and his rants. Rich said you miss Spence speaking truths. Look, I get on my feelings sometimes, and I haven't come out and yelled at anybody in a few weeks about Tremaine. I've been quiet about Tremaine. I've been more so on Jordan, but even with that, like, I just got to get it off my chest sometimes. I got to get it off my chest. So in the comments, let me know what y'all think the score is going to be while me and Kristen kind of talk about our stat line for Josh. We'll get a couple score predictions from you guys, and then Kristen and I will get on out of here. I'll let her finish her wine, and I'm going to go and watch this heavyweight fight. I can't wait to see it. I got a nice one rolled up for it. I'm ready for it. So what I'm ready for it, Kristen. What did you say? I think you gave me a score prediction earlier, or no, the stat line. What are we looking at for Josh?
I think I said the score is 35-14 Bills. One
and
rushing
Tim agrees
touchdown.
with you.
Huh? Hey,
Tim agrees with you.
Thank you, Tim. Found it. I think I'm gonna put Josh at 310 this week with a rushing touchdown himself.
Okay.
Why? Where are you at?
Well, so Wednesday on Hump Day, I said it was going to be 27-10, and I think I'm going to stick with that. I think Atlanta is one of those teams that we're going to get up on, and I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to be up, and yeah, we're going to score when we get the opportunity. So it might be more than 27, but I feel like they're going to just try to control the clock. I think they're going to try to get out of there healthy, not do too, like, as soon as they get up big and Atlanta's just out of it and they can't come back, then I think, we're just going to try to control the clock and get it done. So I don't think it's going to be the game that a lot of us will want to see, like the 38 or the 43s and all that stuff. But no, I think we're going to do it. And I think Josh, I think he's going to have, I told Joe on Time to Shine, no turnovers tomorrow. I feel like he's going to, maybe 285, 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground, no turnovers. And I'm with that. That's where I am.
Love it.
So we have some good takes in the comments here. We got a lot of good scores in here, and for the most part, I'm all seeing Bills victories. My man Renaissance man, 33-17. Jason Taylor, same thing for the Bills, 34-20. Timothy, we got 31-10. Bernard, we got 38-10. So we got him out there, and yeah, King Kong is going down as soon as we get off of this. King Kong, let's go. Triggs with the super chat says the Josh Allen effect. Wide receivers are not the same when they leave, and that is the truth. A lot of people hyped, everybody else, and listen, even with Kelvin Benjamin being here, like Josh Allen was giving those guys on that team their best career year. When Cole Beasley came here, he had spent his career playing with Tony Romo and Dak Prescott. And guess who has the best connection with him? Josh Allen, the same guy that people at first were crapping on. Everybody was saying Josh Allen was so inaccurate. He couldn't, like, the way they were talking about our quarterback was ridiculous. And guess what? Still, best season with all of these guys. Stephon Diggs come here, best season with Josh. Isaiah best season with everybody though. Best season with Josh. So, I'm over y'all talking about my quarterback. You know what I mean? I love you, Josh, and we're gonna keep repping you.
I do want to say one thing because I think I saw Dawn ask if it was going to be snowing tomorrow. It's snowing outside my window right now. So I'm in downtown Buffalo. It's snowing right now. I just looked at the weather. It's supposed to snow every hour until 4 p.m. tomorrow. So we are going to have a white Christmas Bills game, white New Year's Bills game, white Bills holiday.
Okay, so Dan, in the comments, I'm gonna say this. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to. Is it Vancouverberg? I feel like I'm reading your name right. Vancouverberg. Just say yes or no to Vancouverberg. I'm on it. I'm on my reading thing today. Renaissance Man said Robert Foster had a nice second half of 2018. When he left, he was never heard from again. Again, Josh Allen got that man opportunities, and then he disappeared. Is what it is. Is what it is. So look, we're gonna get on out of here though. We, hey, I didn't get the chance to. We didn't do this on the show last year. So the year is starting. Dan said both are good. I want to know the right way, Dan. Come on, man. But got any resolutions for this year or anything that you're planning on?
Ask that.
Huh?
I knew you were going to ask that. And I feel like I'm one of the only people on the planet that doesn't make resolutions, so that I don't get my hopes up and disappoint myself. So,
yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm going to try and eat a little bit healthier. I'm going to try and get a little bit more active. Maybe try and take some more mental health days and log off of Twitter. Try and do all the good human things. But I really don't have anything significant for this year. Oh, let me Bill Belichick on that. That's personal. I don't think you'd be interested anyways. Maybe I'll get back to you on it.
I love the fact that it was called up on the show, like or not the show, but like in the presser, like twice. She did right after the loss. He didn't want to answer it, and then she ran it back and did it another day, and he's just like, yeah, it's personal. You probably wouldn't care.
I lost it.
Funniest thing in the world.
Why? What are you?
Funniest thing. To be honest, mine. I feel like mine are the same every year though. Like I feel like I always basically take a look at my life and I look at everything that I've done and I try to numerize it somehow. Like I try to put it in some type of spreadsheet or whatever, and then I try to increase it by 10%. So every year I just want to be better by 10%. So, and I know some things you can't make it into a number, but I try to find ways to figure out, but I tell you what, Buffalo Rumblings as a network this year, or this last year, we reached 2.5 million downloads, and you were a part of that, being a part of the Chop Up and Steros. So for me, my goal would be is to help Rumblings now at this point, and I'll step up from the 10% there. Let's get to 3. I don't even want to do the 2.75. No, let's get straight to 3. Let's try to crack 3 million this year. It's a great year. We got to also continue to grow the YouTube channel. So do me a favor, everybody watching live right now, please hit that like. We got to help these algorithms, but it's been a great year. And I want to thank you and Ange and Steros. They're not here tonight, but I know they're going to run this back. I want to thank everybody for helping us do this year. It's been a great, phenomenal year. And hopefully the Buffalo Bills end this thing off with a Super Bowl and we can ride into the sunset the right way.
Ready for that.
Yeah. So, well, let's get on out of here. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find you? If you got anything coming up, if the babes, I know the babes is out here fresh now with the hoodies and the fitteds and the snapbacks. Y'all just out here killing it. So just go ahead and shout that out. Anything you got going on, and then we'll get on out of here.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to ramp up for a new month. So we're gonna have some new announcements coming out about what we're gonna have going on for the month of January and who we're gonna be benefiting this month. Those will be dropping the next couple of days. In the meantime, you can hit up 26 shirts for the gear every month every time that's purchased, some of the proceeds go to the charity of the month that we support. So buying gear is always great and really supports the community as well. You can find me at Kimmick86 on Twitter, Kristen Kimmick on the rest of the socials, and you can find the Bills Mafia Babes at Bills Mafia Babes across all of the socials as well. Go Bills.
All right. Go Bills. And that's that. First of all, if y'all not in tune with what the Bills Mafia Babes are doing, I need y'all to get plugged in. First of all, if you're a lady, if you're a woman and you are not plugged into the Babes, get plugged in. And then if you're a guy, if you're a fella out here and you can't join, but you can support, and please use your platform to support and not hate. We love in all 2022. No hate.
None.
That's the resolution. We're going to love all 2022.
We're going to love everybody.
Yeah. Everybody love everybody. ELE. I don't know if everybody saw that movie with Will Ferrell. What was that? It was like a basketball game where he owned a basketball team and whatever. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it. But look, y'all know how I do it. It's your boy, Jay Spence the King. We going to love each other, take care of each other, and live in peace. And as always, y'all stay positive, test negative. Go Bills.
Go Bills.